Alright, update on NEAR. Let's see what's going on since our last video. So I've had quite a few requests to continue covering this. Like I say when I introduce new altcoins, if you do want me to continue covering this, just let me know in the comment section below. The more of you who are interested in seeing these updates, then the more likely it is that I'll make this a daily or sub-daily series on my channel. So let's jump right into what's going on with NEAR. So the last time we made a video was 5 days ago. I believe we were just falling out of this double 618 that we've got, depending on whether you want to draw your 618 from the wick up here. You can see 618 at 1550. And then if you draw it to the close, like I have, you've got a 618 down here at 1530. So together, these encompass this double 618, double golden pocket region that we did have going for NEAR. Once we lost this, we knew that we were probably about to start having a shift towards the downside. Now, in terms of the daily EMA ribbons, they are heading down very, very fast. And this reminds me perfectly of what went on in this pattern over here. You can see we had, we had a lot of time to accumulate, and then we had a very, very quick-lived explosion, back-tested EMAs, and then blow off top. Here you can see very, very long accumulation phase, explosion, back test of daily EMAs, blow off top, and then you come back down. And what is interesting as well is you can see we really had like a chop zone where for a week or so, just before the EMAs flipped bearish, we really just kind of chopped around and chilled at. And I think we could be coming into a zone like this once again. We're finding a area of strong support, and this is a huge range. So I mean, technically the range starts from all the way down here at $10.43. You can then see you've got your 200 EMA up here at 1150, 1159, 1160. Then you've got your 200 day moving average coming in at 1190, which we are currently just a bit below. So I see a huge area of support coming in for NEAR. If we do manage to chop around this region and potentially have a bottom, then we could be doing something like this where we chop around until the short-term moving average on the EMA ribbons flip, these turn bearish again, and then I'd imagine at which point, once they turn bearish, we'd be coming up to test them. Normally you can see we have these big moves above the EMAs, so if I was just guessing this, I'd imagine we top out somewhere near the 0.5 Fibonacci at round about $13.80, and then I'd predict that we'd have a move down, potentially make a new low which is higher than this low, and then continue on with our accumulation phase. I mean, I guess that is probably what is the most likely to happen. However, what I do think is almost indisputable that is going to happen is I feel like we are going to have a chop range when we do come into these regions. We've already broken below every single important fib. I don't think we'd be coming up to the daily EMAs after so recently falling very harshly from them. Also, if we look at the daily squeeze mom, you can see we're really gearing up for a big bearish move right now. And the last time we had a bearish move like this, to be fair, we were accumulating bearish momentum, like the bears were trying to push this down, but we really just chopped around the same range. So I don't think anything that fun is going to happen for NEAR. And believe me, I wish I could come on this video and say, oh, we're coming into these supports and we're going to have a huge rally, but I don't see it, honestly. I think we're going to chop around for a bit. We've just had such a huge move out of these daily EMAs. The last time we had a huge move like this below the daily EMAs, we took our time and we chopped around for a bit. And that doesn't mean that history has to rhyme, or history doesn't have to repeat, but history normally rhymes. We normally do something very similar. This was a 2-week chop. Like I said, if you were to put a gun to my head and ask me what I think is going to happen for NEAR, I'd probably say over the next 14 days or so, we're going to find ourselves in some chop pattern. Whether we do move to the downside and then come up later, or whether we do chop around. And what actually gets very interesting is on the 4th of May, so if I mark this with a vertical ray, or I'll just use a trend line, so the 4th of May. On the 4th of May, we have the new Fed meeting. So I believe something something decent should happen within this range. Normally what happens with the markets, we do chill out around these Fed meetings. By the way, the Fed meeting is said to be held between the 3rd and the 4th of May. So I've got this, you know, over the side on the 4th because obviously, you know, we'll be wrapped up between the 4th and the 5th. So I think, you know, one of two scenarios is going to happen, and both of them involve chop for the next week. I think either way, we're going to come down into this box, which we're already in, and we're going to chop around for the next week or so. I almost think that's a given. And then here comes to the 4th of May. I think if we do have some good news coming into the 4th of May, the markets start to rally, you know, we could start to see near move up. And this hopefully, very, very hopefully, if we do start to move very, very quickly, we could hopefully save ourselves from a bearish cross on these daily EMAs. Because if we do have a bearish cross on these daily EMAs, it's probably not going to it's probably not going to end out too well for near, to be honest. So, you know, like I said, I wish I could come on this this video either way and say, you know, I think we're moving up or down, but I really think we're going to chop around. You know, technically speaking, your oscillators, they're very, very oversold right now. The money flow indicator and the RSI is so beat down, especially the money flow indicator. The money flow indicator is at 17 right now. And the last time we bottomed, we were down here at 8. So, you know, do bear in mind there is potential for us to come down lower. However, most of the bottoms, all the plethora of bottoms that we've got, and on the RSI as well, are all around the regions that we're at right now. So, in the macro term, I think the breakdown is pretty much done. And by pretty much done, that means that I think we could come down to, you know, $10, chop around for a bit, and then have a reversal. When I say the momentum is done, I don't mean that, you know, we're not going to move down another dollar or two and chill around this $10 region and then have a reversal. I just simply mean I don't think we're going to be having a reversal today or tomorrow, and I don't think we're going to have a big move to the downside to, you know, these lower levels that we've got, like the support floor down here at 750. There's a lot of support down here for near. However, you know, your macro indicators like your oscillators, they're completely oversold. Your much more macro indicators on the oscillators on the weekly, I mean, it shows a slightly different picture. We are still slightly overbought depending on which metric you are looking at. Technically speaking, we are more on the overbought side of things than the neutral to oversold. Neutral on the RSI is 50. And I believe it is it 40 on the money flow indicator? So you've got 80 and 20. So yeah, it's around about this 40 or 50 region. Yeah, so 20. Yeah, it would be the 30 region actually. So, or sorry, there's a 30 point gap between both of them. So 50 would be your neutral area, and as you can see, we are slightly gearing up for that overextended level. A lot of selling volume coming in the higher time frames like the weekly, meaning that, you know, on the daily we're having bounces every now and then, but you know, in the more macro scheme of things, we are looking pretty bearish right now. So I will be keeping my eye out on the May the 4th announcement from the Fed. Hopefully that brings back some confidence in the markets. Until then, I think near is going to be having a choppy week where we really do nothing but trend slightly down and to the side. I think it's mainly going to be sideways action for the next week or two. That is all I've got for near. As always, if you did want me to continue covering near, because as of right now, I've really been only covering it every week or so when I see a big move happening. If you do want me to keep on covering it on maybe a daily or every other daily basis, let me know. Let me know you want to see it below. That is all I've got for you. One more thing before I do wrap up the video. The Cowboy Discord has now finally been made. So if you do want to come and join the Discord, the link will be in the description below. The Discord is really a place where, you know, the whole community is there to share time-sensitive information, share chart setups, new altcoin picks, but it's mainly for just talking to the community and sharing memes. It is really just a place where all of us can come and have a laugh. So I hope to see you there. The link will be in the bio. As always, none of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion on the market. And yeah, Cowboy out. Peace.